Let me tell you a story about a beauty vlogger named Kalley. That's Kalley with a K and a Y. Kalley is a new YouTuber, right? She wants to be an influencer, but she isn't the biggest influencer out there. In fact, she only has 8 subscribers, no fancy sponsorships, not widely watched videos, but what she did have is what every wannabe influencer needs, and that's passion for what she's going to talk about. She believed in giving real, truthful, and honest reviews of skincare products that she felt could change people's lives. Her content was really reminiscent of like the good old days of YouTube, you know, just a regular person sat in their house reviewing products that they truly loved and wanted to recommend to their friends. But she so badly wanted to be an influencer, so badly, that actually cost her her life. So when she got her first ever sponsorship, she was over the moon. She was going to put her all into this sponsorship and she was going to see this sponsorship through, no matter what it cost her. This brand that got in touch with her, they were called SOUS Skincare Essentials. And the product they sent to her was an exclusive at-home chemical peel kit. Already some red flags, right? This startup company had reached out to her offering a chance to be basically the first person on the internet to try it. And of course, she was in. She said yes, this could be her big break. The first person to review this amazing new product. And being an influencer, that first sponsorship really can change your life. When other brands see you working with other brands, they feel that other brands are investing in you in whatever way, with whether that's free product or money. When they see other brands doing it, other brands will hop on the bandwagon and start sponsoring you. This can really make your career and it can change your life. But this sponsorship will change Kalley's life in the worst way. So the screenshots from the videos that we're about to see and that I'm about to talk about are from a series of Kalley's last ever videos, but that all tie back to this product review, and not just the product review, but the person who actually sent her the product. So she has the product, she's unboxing it, she's ready to show her audience just how a powerful at-home peel could transform your skin. Now, huge red flag, first of all, there were no instructions with this product, but that wasn't a problem. Kalley mentioned that she had been in direct contact with a really sweet representative from SOUS Skincare who walked her through the entire process. Alarm bells are ringing for you, they're ringing for me. I was screaming when I saw this influencer about to perform at-home chemical peel with no instructions. Now, before Kalley starts, she's looking in the mirror and she's pointing out her skincare concerns: hyperpigmentation, fine lines, and rosacea. Again, as somebody with rosacea, huge red flag here, right? Alarm bells. And before starting the review, Kalley says it would be amazing if this pill could just get rid of everything. Be very careful what you wish for. We cut to the next day, and the next day is application day. The first step, she puts gloves on. She knew this was serious stuff, right? This could really irritate her skin. So she put gloves on. The formula was strong, even though she didn't really know the exact details about the ingredients, what was in this product. She was just told it was going to be very powerful and very effective. So she applies the peel with like a small fan brush, careful to avoid drips. And immediately we see that she's getting a little bit overwhelmed by the feeling of this product on her skin. She's like fanning her face, she's a little bit taken back, already noticeably in a little bit of discomfort, but she decides to give the product a minute to start working. Within a minute and a half, she felt it. Tightness, heat, redness spreading across her face, maybe a little faster than she had expected. The redness on her skin is horrific. This redness in a minute and a half is not a good sign. Something's going horribly wrong. So it's obviously time to neutralize. She reached for the neutralizing cream, a really tricky little bottle that she was obviously struggling to open, but she managed to open it. But something still felt off. The tingling didn't stop. In fact, it had only intensified. So we cut to the next day, the day after application day, and things have just not gotten any better. The itchiness has become unbearable. She ran out of her neutralizing agent. Was she using too much? Did she use the whole bottle? She shouldn't have had to, but it appears that she has completely used up the entire bottle. Was her skin just overly sensitive to this peel? She wasn't sure, but she contacted the SOUS Skincare rep who told her to go and buy coconut oil, and they kind of reassured her that this coconut oil would work just as well as the neutralizing agent. So she goes out to buy some in the middle of the day, under the glaring sun, ignoring the product's warning to avoid sunlight after application. She didn't mind, it was just a short walk away. She didn't think it would be a problem. She returns home with her coconut oil. Now, I warn you now, things are going to start to get a little bit graphic. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to blur certain sections that are maybe a little bit too graphic, but you might just want to listen from here on out. The next time we see Kalley is 10 hours later, and her skin was already reacting in ways that she hadn't anticipated, but it's gotten worse now. Her skin is crusting over. There are open wounds beginning to appear, but the strangest and most worrying thing about this whole process is that Kalley isn't worried. Kalley is seeing all of this as a positive. She is seeing this as her skin purging impurities. She says that she didn't even realize was trapped under her skin, and all these sores and wounds, in her own words, were just clogged pores she didn't know she had. What is going on? What is going on? Either she truly doesn't realize just how bad this product is for her skin, or she doesn't care and she just wants to get this review done. After all, this is a dream come true for her. She probably didn't want to jeopardize this sponsorship in any way whatsoever. And the next day, it only gets worse. She keeps saying her skin has fully crustified, like that's some kind of like definite step that you're meant to be looking out for and like it's okay. And she still isn't worried. Like, she truly believes that this is supposed to be happening to her skin. She believes that under all of this, there is going to be fresh, new skin beneath all that damage. She seems a little frustrated, but she's like, this is all going to be worth it. But the peeling didn't stop at just like surface level dead skin cells, kind of like, you know, a bit of peeling skin. It continued, and the wounds were deeper than she thought would even be possible. What had started as a light flaking has now turned into sheets of skin lifting from her face. So within this clip compilation, the next clip we see is her wrapped in bandages, her head wrapped in bandages, tissue, plasters, gauze all over her very painful looking wounded face, explaining now how SOUS Skincare, who have been keeping up with her journey, are no longer wanting to be involved with this sponsorship, and she is rightfully devastated. She has gone through so much, but she is determined to finish this chemical peel journey and make the best review for this brand, saying that Sue made a huge mistake and she's going to finish this pill for all of her followers. Now, whether Sue did this because she did it wrong and they don't want to be involved in this, or they're admitting guilt in some way, we don't know. They just cut off all communication with her. By now, the redness has intensified, and that's putting it very, very mildly. Like, this has gotten out of hand. Pain has replaced that initial tingling sensation, and every time she moved her mouth to speak, her skin cracked open, with small beads of blood appearing along the edges of those cracks. This wasn't a purge. This wasn't a purge. This was something else entirely. She is destroying her face. So then we finally get to the end result. And what she had hoped for at this point was clear skin, even complexion, baby smooth skin, reduction in fine lines that she had been thinking was under her damaged skin that whole time. But obviously it's not. It's not going to be. What we see instead is a clip of Kalley. The very last clip anyone would ever see of Kalley was her peeling away her dead skin and cutting it loose from her face to reveal nothing but muscle underneath, accompanied by this weird upbeat royalty-free YouTube beauty content music, you know, like from back in the day, that gives it this really eerie kind of like feeling given the circumstances and what we're seeing, with the words brand new skin from Sue across the screen. And that's it. That is her final post. She wanted to be an influencer so bad. She wanted to have a product review, a gifted, sponsored product review up so bad that she didn't care what the actual results were. She didn't care what happened to her face during this process. She just wanted to show that she had this sponsorship. She was going to see it through and she was going to post it. So of course, police get involved, detectives get involved with this case, and what they find on Kalley's computer was truly the most disturbing part of this whole story and raised way more questions about her and not the brand. Not a single email from a brand named SOUS Skin was found on her computer, and they could never ever find a brand by that name. It just did not exist. It had never existed. But even more disturbingly, when browsing through Kalley's emails, they found that she had placed an order for DIY skincare product packaging and 100% trichloro acetic acid. You know, I'm not good at pronouncing longer words, but this is a chemical used in chemical peels with professional hands, but not at 100% on its own. Kalley had done this to herself. She made up the brand, she created the product, she had made up this whole sponsorship and had destroyed her face on purpose. Was it for views? Was it to gain more subscribers because she only had 8 at the time? She didn't gain any more. Throughout this whole process, she kept those 8 subscribers. Was she so desperate for a sponsorship that she made one up and destroyed her life whilst doing so? Unfortunately, we'll never truly know what was going on in Kalley's mind because none of this is actually real, none of this actually happened. This is just a short horror story from the YouTube channel Alter. I watch mainly like horror on YouTube, like horror content and blind box unboxings, and Alter and Mini Nightmares are 2 of my favorite short horror story channels. So when I saw this, I was like, this isn't scary, like this isn't a scary video, but what is so horrifying about this is I can see this happening. I can see this happening in real life. This is a when beauty turns ugly situation. Out of everything I've discussed on this channel and in this series, what made this so horrifying, if a little silly, was that I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if this happened in real life. Terrible to say, but true. With the type of content we are seeing online nowadays, the misuse of products for attention on TikTok, questionable marketplaces for skincare, this unfortunately doesn't seem to be out the scope of reality. And that's terrifying. Did you fall for this story? Did you think it was real, or had you already seen this story? It's a year or so old now. Could you actually see this happening? I really can. I really can. Let me know in the comments down below. You can watch the rest of the When Beauty Turns Ugly playlist here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.